Hi, this is Jason Teichner, natural health practitioner, and today's video is going to be about a couple very crucial nutrients, vital nutrients that vast majority of the people don't get enough of. In fact, these two nutrients alone, the lack of them can be responsible for, or at least contribute to, several different illnesses in the body. And just by making sure you're getting enough of these two nutrients that I'm going to talk about, you can massively increase your health. And the first one we've all, I think, heard a lot about recently is vitamin D. And vitamin D is so important because it's responsible for activating so many different functions in the body. All functions, as a matter of fact. Your digestive function, your brain function, your endocrine system function, to just name a few. All your which includes all your glands and hormones. So, most people are actually low in vitamin D, despite all the information that has been out there recently on vitamin D. So, what you want to make sure that you do, the first thing is to go to your doctor and ask that you get your vitamin D levels checked, your vitamin D blood levels checked. And the normal range, or the optimum range that you're looking to be in, is going to be somewhere between 50 and 80 NGs per ml. That's nanograms per milliliter. 50 to 80 NGs per ml. So that's the range you want to be in. If you're any lower than that, then chances are you probably have some type of a health condition that sometimes you know about, sometimes you don't. But so a lot of times we have different symptoms, we don't know where they come from, and a lot of times it could just be literally lack of vitamin D or vitamin D deficiency. So now, the normal maintenance dose, good maintenance dose for vitamin D, if you are in that range, is about 2,000 IUs per day, international units, 2,000 IUs per day. And ideally, you want to get that in a liquid form. But if you're going to do a pill, then you will definitely want to do a soft gel, because that already has the D in its natural form, in the fat-soluble form. And you also want to take it with food whenever possible. It helps the absorption better because, once again, it is a fat-soluble vitamin. So ideally liquid, but definitely a soft gel if you're just going to swallow a pill if it's more convenient. So again, 2,000 IUs is a good maintenance dose. If you're low in vitamin D, then you want to up that. But the amount that you up it depends, of course, upon how low you are. And then once your levels are back to normal, you can go down to a maintenance dose. Now, if we all got enough sun, meaning about 30 minutes a day of direct sunlight, then we would not be having this issue. Although some of us do have trouble absorbing vitamin D through the skin, which is a whole other thing. But if you don't, actually, if you go out and you get 30 minutes a day of sun, and you want to build up slowly if you're not used to it, because, of course, you can get sunburn. Start with 10 minutes a day, slowly build up to 30 minutes a day. And if you do that slowly, then, all this hype about, sun causing skin cancer and all that, sure it does, but that's if you overdo it. So one of those two ways, or a combination of the two, to get between that 50 and 80 NGs per ml level of vitamin D is very important. Now, once you get your levels tested and you find that you are low, definitely contact me. We can figure out how much you should do at first. And you got to be careful with too much vitamin D, because that can overload your parathyroid gland, which means your calcium levels are going to go up too high, and we don't want that. Because that can create calcium stones and other issues, and it could damage the parathyroid gland, which is the little gland that sits right behind the thyroid. So you don't want to just go and take a whole bunch of vitamin D because you're low, because there is an overdose factor. So again, once you find how low you are, contact me. We'll figure out how much you need. So that's vitamin D. The other nutrient I'm going to talk about that is just as important is a mineral, magnesium. We all know what magnesium is. But again, vast majority of us do not get enough magnesium. And that's because from diet alone, it's almost impossible to get enough magnesium. So you definitely want to supplement with magnesium. And magnesium is also needed to break down calcium. Most of us take the wrong type of calcium, which 95% of the calcium out there is the wrong type of calcium. So the only really right type of calcium that I usually recommend is the calcium directly from algae. And there are companies that do calcium from algae. New Chapter is a great company. They have a product called Bone Strength Take Care. Actually can help to rebuild the bones from the inside out. And that does have the algae type of calcium. So, but if you're taking just kind of a cheap calcium, then you definitely always want to take magnesium with it, because otherwise calcium is going to build up in your system and it's going to wreak havoc. That's where a lot of people come out with kidney stones and things like that, calcified kidney stones and other problems with calcium. The calcium, if you take it alone, it does not get to where it needs to go. It just kind of hangs out in places that it shouldn't, instead of going into the bones and into the bloodstream like it should. So we need magnesium for that purpose. We also need magnesium because magnesium actually activates about 325 different enzymes in the body. So again, if you have weird symptoms, you don't know where they're coming from, chances are you may very well be simply be low in magnesium because you're not activating those enzymes. And when I say enzymes, they're responsible for your digestive system, your brain function, your endocrine system, and a whole bunch of other functions, your immune system, and a whole bunch of other functions in the body, specifically also ATP production, which is the cellular energy, where you get your cellular energy. So all those are indicated in magnesium. You need magnesium to activate all those different enzymes that help control those different functions in the body. So how much magnesium should you aim for? I usually, for a regular person who's maybe anywhere from, if you're a woman or a man, anywhere from 110 to about 180 pounds, I usually recommend in most cases 200 milligrams 3 times a day and of magnesium, 200 milligrams 3 times a day, which gives you 600 total, which is usually enough. Now if you weigh over 200 pounds, I would probably up it to 750 milligrams a day, which is 200 milligrams 3 times, 250 milligrams 3 times a day. And usually people talk a lot of times about a laxative effect with magnesium. Usually if you space it out like that, you're not going to have that laxative effect. And if you do, at that low of a dose, it usually means the body is detoxing the digestive system, the colon. So usually that goes away after a few days, maybe a week at the most. And so just kind of try to stick with it a little bit. So anywhere between 600 and 750 milligrams of magnesium a day should give you what you need, and you may find that very quickly you're feeling a lot better. So any further questions, of course, always contact me at my website, which is www.lookfeelbehealthy. It's 4 words mashed into one, lookfeelbehealthy.com. And my phone number's on there, but if you just want it right now, that's the area code 818-579-3434. I'm currently in the Las Vegas area, although I do sessions over the phone all the time. So contact me. You can also look at my archived radio shows that I did with Adrenaline Radio down in LA for a little while, and that's adrenalineradio.com, and it's Holistic Health and Healing is the name of the show that I was doing down there. So any questions, give me a call, and I hope this was very informative to you. Thanks for listening.